So I've acid washed the whole patio really well, trying to get as much of the effervescence off as I can. It's going to look a lot better, but it's not getting 100% of it. But I'm done with all I'm going to do with it, so I'm ready to start putting EasyJoint in this. When I tried to do this and show this on video when I did the original patio, it just didn't turn out. So I'm going to try to cover this again. EasyJoint sells this real fancy broom for about 190 bucks and 80 bucks, whatever it is. And if you're going to do it a lot, yeah, it makes sense. But for a one offer or two offer, it don't make sense. So I rigged myself up my own EasyJoint broom. And what this does is allow me to do it by myself. I don't need somebody to be constantly hosing down the material. So, because otherwise you're going to really have to have a second person to hose the stuff. So I just took a broom, took some PEX B to be specific, put a T in there. I zip tied into the handle where I drill a few holes. You see where I zip tied in there, just to hold the PEX in. Of course, I drill the holes towards the outside of it larger than the inner, so that more of the water would be a little more evenly directed towards the outside too. Zip tied it all the way up, just a Craftsman broom, and then I put a quick disconnect up on top. And so I'm doing the same thing on the hose, because what that allows me to do, where's my hose at? On my hose, I put a shutoff valve and a quick disconnect. And then on my little handheld sprayer, I did the same thing, put a quick disconnect on it, so that I can switch from in between using the broom to using the hose if I need to, without having to turn the actual spigot on and off. So that's just something to come in handy. So I just use this says focusing, there we go. I just used a cutoff with this quick disconnect piece that I ordered from Amazon, a set of 4 of them, come in really handy. And you just release and snap it in and connect it. So I'm going to get my EasyJoint out, and I'm about ready to start trying to get this part done. So I'm ready to start putting my EasyJoint down. EasyJoint comes in this bucket. Normally it's in a Ziploc, like a vacuum bag, but mine, because I already was using it, you could store it for like a year like this, just submerged in water, they say. So mine's just submerged in water because this is what I had. I had just opened up and just used a little bit of this one when I was doing the rest of the patio. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to take this, I'm going to dump it out. Dump most of it out unceremoniously. And you don't want to let this stuff dry. It needs to stay wet because it cures by water. I mean by air. It needs to stay wet. So I've got my hose, my broom. I'll turn it on. So the water coming out of the bottom of the broom. And I'm just going to work it around. And as the water goes in the joints, it takes the EasyJoint down with it. This is literally all there is to it. Just sweeping it in. You can't put too much water on this product. Now, in case this container happens to not be enough, I have a new container, a brand new container, so if this is not enough, I'll open it up. But as you can see, as the water goes in the joints, it just takes the EasyJoint down with it. if I get some stand on the easy joint stuff on the dirt on the side, on the stones on the side, I don't care, that's fine. Yeah, I'm definitely going to use all of this container. And I'll need some probably from the other one. But anyway, as you can see, there's no rocket science to this. It's just sweeping it in with the water running. A few little rocks in there somehow. Get them out of here. I don't want them in the joint. Anyway, that's all there is to it. I'm going to turn off the video and keep doing this and I'll get it done. Take this off and I'll show you closer so you can see. See, and as the water flows, it just sucks down the joint with it. And you can't overwater it. Easy peasy. So one thing I picked up on having these faux joints, after I went through and used the broom and watered everything in, I went ahead and I'm doing a dry sweep as well. Just because the faux joints, I'm not trying to soak it down into the joint, and I found the water tends to kind of wash them out of the faux joints a bit, so it works good to go over one quick dry sweep before this stuff sets up and it's all said and done. And I found that works really well with the faux joints. So I went through and give a good dry sweep using the EasyJoint and everything. And then it says you need to sweep it to hose it off. The hose, they're kind of at least an oily residue. But I've learned with these faux joints, let it sit a little while, harden up first before I start doing that, because if I tend to hose it right away, it'll hose it out of the faux joints. It won't out of the regular joints between the stones because they're deep, but it will out of the faux joints. So I'm going to let this sit for a while, probably go eat some lunch, and let this sit for a while and dry before I come out here and give it a good hosing down.